Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss direct and indirect speech, part 2. The topic is interrogative sentence. Before we begin with part 2, let us have a small revision of part 1. In part 1, we have already seen the reporting verb, we have seen the reported speech, we have seen how the changes are being made in pronoun, first person, second person, and third person from the reported speech. We have already seen the changes that are taking place in tenses, that is again from the reported speech. That is, if the sentence is in present tense, it changes to past tense. Look at the last line, the reporting verb and the double inverted comma, that is known as the reported speech. This is what we have discussed in part 1. Next, step 1. In part 2, when we begin, the basic fundamental rule is we need to identify the type of sentence, what type of sentence it is from the reported speech. Sentence can be of any type, so it is very important to identify the sentence. The sentence can be simple sentence, interrogative sentence, or it may be an order sentence. Step 2. As previously discussed in part 1, we need to change in the reporting verb. But there is one important note, that while we change in reporting verb, it changes as per the reported speech. We'll look into the example on a later stages, so it would make the content clear. Step number 3. Remove comma and double inverted comma. We need to replace it with a conjunction if or whether. As previously discussed in part 1, we said that comma and double inverted commas are being removed and it is being replaced with that. But I said that it depends upon the type of sentence. So here in part 2, we are discussing about interrogative sentence. So comma and double inverted comma would be replaced with if or whether. Step number 4. Changes in pronoun, first person, second person, and third person. That changes will be done from the reported speech. Step number 5. Change in tenses. Again, that changes takes place from the reported speech. Step number 6. As previously discussed in part 1, that is change of special words. Can will be changed to could, will, would, shall, should, tonight, that night, etc. Now going into the depth with an example, we need to understand first what is an interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence will be always in the form of a question. Questions that are framed with WH words like who, why, when, where, what, whom, whose, etc. And questions are also framed with the verbs functioning as auxiliary like are, am, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, and did. So in simple sentence, or we can say in simple words, an interrogative sentence will be always in the form of a question. That is known as an interrogative sentence. What is an interrogative sentence? I have made a chart through which it would be easy for you to understand what is an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence is divided into two parts. First is the helping verb plus the modal verb, and second is the WH type. Talking about the helping verb, that is, am, are, was, were, has, have, and had, and modal verbs that we all know: can, shall, will, may. And that would be replaced by if and whether. Look at the circle that I have made, comma and double inverted comma. When in any interrogative sentence talking about the reported speech, if it starts with an helping verb or a modal verb, it would be replaced by if or whether. And talking about WH type question, that is why, where, and when. In an interrogative sentence, in reported speech, we cannot make any changes, or we will not be making any changes. It would be as it is. We'll look into the example so it would be easy for you to understand. Okay, what is an interrogative sentence? As from the picture you can see, I have divided interrogative into two parts. One represents the helping verb plus the modal verb, and second represents the WH type question. Now we all know what is an helping verb plus the modal verb: is, am, are, was, were, has, have, and had. They are known as the helping verb. And the modal verb: can, shall, will, may, etc. If in interrogative sentence in the reported speech, if there is any question in which there is a use of helping verb or modal verb, comma and double inverted comma, that would be replaced by if or whether. Second, that is the WH type, that is why, where, and when. There would be no changes. It would be as it is. We'll look into the example so the content would be clear. Look at the example. He said to me, "Are you fine?" First of all, we need to identify the type of sentence. What type of sentence it is? Okay, are you fine? So there is a question mark. So it is an interrogative sentence. Step number 2, change in the reporting verb. So what is the reporting verb over here? Said to. Said to is the reporting verb. That would be changed into told, right? As we have discussed in part 1. But here, as it is an interrogative sentence, it would be changed to ask. So the answer would be, he asked me. Again I am repeating, said to would be changed to asked because it is an interrogative sentence. Now coming to comma and double inverted comma, it would be replaced by if or whether. So I'm replacing it with if. Now, are you fine? That is an interrogative sentence. So next step would be change in the pronoun. Please take care, or please make a note. After changing comma and double inverted comma, we need to make changes in the pronoun. So what is the pronoun in the question? Are you fine? You. You is the pronoun, right? So you, that is the second person, as discussed in part 1. I, we, that is the first person. You, that is the second person. He, she, it, and they, that is the third person. Remember that we have discussed in part 1. So here you belongs to the second person. So it would be changed as per the object of the reporting verb. So what is the object of the reporting verb? Me. As discussed earlier, the general structure of the sentence, that is subject plus verb plus object. So he is the subject, said to is the verb, and me is the object. So you would be changed to me. So repeating the answer again, he asked me if I me would be replaced by I. Me and I are one and the same. So I'm repeating it again. He asked me if I was fine. Talking about the change in tenses. Here, are you fine? Are is simple present tense. Remember the rule, simple present changes to simple past. Are would be replaced by was. So the answer would be, he asked me if I was fine. Please take a note, in an interrogative sentence, in a reported speech, if there is any question in which there is a helping verb or it starts with the modal verb, comma and double inverted comma would be changed by if or whether. Talking about the WH type question, why, where and when. As we know, there would be no changes. Look at the example. He said to me, where are you going? So we need to identify the step 1, that is the reporting verb, said to. So that would be changed to asked me. So he asked me, please take a note, comma and double inverted comma are not being changed by if or whether, it remains the same. Look at the answer. He asked me where remains the same. Where, that is the conjunction. Are you going? You, again, that is the pronoun, second person, so it changes as per the object of the reporting verb, that is me. So me changes to I. So he asked me where I was going. Are changes to was, that is are is simple present, that changes to simple past. So where I was going. There's one question that I have made for you as a part of the exercise. I have given 4 options. I hope you can solve it by yourself. Thank you.